Yo, 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 what's happening, guys? METAVERSEMILLEN here. How are we all today? So, we're back with another video. We're currently in LA. We're looking at all the properties we're actually got on the treasure hunting web. So, this is every single property I've got is in blue. So, if you're new to Upland, every single property is mapped to the real world. So, every single address in this game is actually mapped to a real location. That's what I like about Upland. All the properties are minted onto the blockchain, so you have full ownership. You can buy, sell the properties, you can put them into collections, you can add little stuff to them like map assets, structures, cars, loads of different stuff as well. So really exciting times. I've got a link in the description down below. If you want to sign up to Upland today, you will get 50% off your first purchase up to 100,000 UPEX. So jump onto that while it's still there. And then we're basically trying to build as many properties as we can in the gaps here. So you can see here I've not got many properties, and over here we've not got many properties as well. So all we've been doing recently is trying to get the properties we can actually take off the market. So over here you can actually see all the properties we've now took off the market just for the treasure hunting locations. I don't want to keep like losing the properties and the properties selling. So before, my strategy was actually to sell as many properties, buy the dollar strategy, and then get the markup. So now I'm actually trying to hold as many of the properties as possible. So I've got the good locations. When you go to get the aeroplanes to send to other properties like and treasure hunt, I won't be able to travel for free all the time because I've actually got to travel out of my properties to get the treasure. But hopefully over time, the more properties I can actually build up in the areas, and then like one here, one in the gap, I can just build a web over time. So eventually the paper aeroplanes, I will get the free sends. So I won't have to travel to someone else's property to get more sends, and then also I'll be able to get closer to the treasure without jumping off my own property. So every single property you pay an UPEX fee to send to. So what I'm doing is set all my properties for 25 UPEX. So if anyone's treasure hunting in LA, they can get my properties, and then once I find a property what I come close to in the hunt, or I want to like kind of take off the market, I'll just do that right now. So I'll just add the code 46648, and then that just means that that property won't sell. So when I'm treasure hunting, that location will always be there for me to actually be able to send to without going, obviously having to pay like the next door neighbour here 40 UPEX. So if I didn't have this property and the treasure was around here or the aeroplane was around here, I'd have to pay the 40 UPEX plus the one send to send to the property. But because I've actually got a property here, I actually can send to that property for free, and then also I don't have to pay any UPEX as well. So I could actually earn money off this treasure hunts. Even if I only get the 290 UPEX, I pay like 125 to enter plus probably about 50 to get the treasure sometimes. So you can still make a little bit of profit. So in the future, obviously with the web like improving, we can actually grow that as much as possible. And with this account kind of being like a property portfolio as well, like I really plan to be with the properties forever. So like that plan goes in with all the other plans anyway. It's not like I need to detour, and I don't really have cars in the game. I don't really have different assets. I don't really do the FIFA. I'm really into like the structures, building the property, like the kind of the more like stuff what's coming to Upland in that side of stuff. So once I've got all these properties, and then you can actually like do stuff with the properties, and you can do a lot now, but like in the future, like I can see myself doing more property, getting more property every single month. We're going to look at getting on the secondary market still, holding those properties, just yeah, keep growing and growing the account. Next year we hopefully will be at about 20 million by the end of next year. We plan to keep going every single month in the games. We really do plan to get to that figure, and then we'll keep filming and documenting these videos as well. So if you like this kind of content, please click that subscribe button. It really does help the channel grow. We're getting so close to 500 subscribers now, and then the video I posted yesterday started to gain traction. So really do appreciate the support. Really trying to put effort into the descriptions now, and also the thumbnails, just trying to get the content like a lot more better quality. We will be adding like microphone, and we will be adding like another camera to the actual setup as well. So next year we will, I know I've been talking about it, but as I've talked about, I've come out of my job. So like the kind of last few months I've been using my credit card to kind of maintain myself and the family. So when I get the actual full wage back, which will be the end of this month, and then going forward, obviously Christmas, but we'll be back into like a stable way. Remember the videos last year, like last summer, where we can like just invest every single month, like steadily. Because if you know, I don't go out and drink. This is not financial advice, but I just use the money on the side, what I'd use to go to, say, the cinema or go out for food or all this other stuff, that 20-30 quid near and there. That's what I like to put into Upland, and that's where I like to play the game. Instead of buying all these games on the side, you know, like you play through 10 different games. I like a game where you can actually just invest and see your actual growth over time, and that's what I've done with this game, and I plan to grow it even further. We're sitting at 8.264 million right now, so we hopefully can get that to about 8.3, 8.35 by the end of the month, and then we'll obviously push that account up, hopefully close to 9 million, and then at December, Christmas time, so we'll look at getting that account pushed over like all the way. So for New Year, that kind of thing, we hopefully will be close to 10 million, what will be amazing, and then we'll just keep growing it next year as well. Granada Hills is going really well. We're treasure hunting now for Spark as well, so hopefully we can get that number up, and then we will try and purchase Spark as well once we get all the details about Sparkler, and when that gets released, hopefully we can get some Spark, depending if it comes out at Christmas time or in the future. And then obviously totems as well. We've still got one totem, what we can actually make content with and see what actually happening with that as well. So there's so much stuff coming to Upland. There's so much like interesting stuff to see where it's actually going. Like Upland's evolving every single month, and like the team behind it's doing an amazing job. I know like sometimes people like have their moans, but like the team, like what's actually built this game and actually developed it to where it is now, is like hats off. It's like such a good game to play, and the idea's there, the vision's there, like the growth has stayed steady, they've not gone off course. And when you think like the graphics, all the hard work, like the game, the actual has been built now. So imagine like once you bring on like 3D graphics, so you can actually walk around like a GTA experience, you know, inside the game, but you've still got your UPEX, you've still got all the properties you own. So yeah, like Upland's still growing, and like just changing the graphics will just be a massive pop, and it's a massive bit of work, but like there's so much stuff what could potentially like change in Upland over the next few years. I believe once they've got all like the mechanisms in, all like the kind of mechanics behind how like it works, you know, tax, everything, like the economy's smooth. I was watching obviously the Dirk video again yesterday talking about the economy, like find it really interesting, talking about the different pools and like how obviously the tax doesn't go to Upland, it goes back to the community pool, and then that community pool pays the rents. The bigger the player is in Upland, the more like kind of tax they'll pay to help the smaller players. So I think that's really good. I think it's cool how like the bigger my sales are, I can make profit, but then that 5% off both of us goes back to the community pool, and that means like a small player coming into Upland will always have rent coming in. So I think it's really good how the economy's live, and it's not like just made up money, it's like properly like a stable economy, and that's what I like about the game as well. And you'll just see over time, like the more utility comes, the more kind of properties, the different types of structures, the more players coming into the game, you'll just start to see that dollar floor rise, and just the amount of entertainment as well. I've been watching like quite a few videos, like the ninjas, obviously I like watching them now. Seeing a few Lloydie Doyle's videos, waiting for him to post again. Like watching Mark Ferguson as well, he's got some great content. Slack as well, like a really great guy, he's just started off on YouTube, so shout out. Love the content. Might not started out on YouTube, but like with the Upland journey and like doing all the content, so I've noticed that recently, and like thank you for the kind words on your last video. Really do appreciate that. We will get the racetrack online, we're looking forward to that. Really good fun. Once we get that online, we'll obviously be able to start to do live streams and different races on the channel as well. So it won't just be like the racetrack, it'll be like more kind of like a sports environment. We want to try and turn it into like where we have like kind of a commentator on the live stream, and then also like I can jump in onto races and actually learn how to race, get a car, go through that process as well. So I think that'll be really cool, but right now I'm just trying to develop the racetrack as well. Me and the team's looking through actually drawings and different designs. The only thing I'm trying to look at is here, because the drawing, I think the drawing goes off, it goes off here and then up and then down, and I think that's amazing how this will work. If it'll work, that's what I was saying. I've just looked over the designs, like the the person what's making it's like doing a really good job. Like I couldn't do this myself. I just think it'll be actually, if this is allowed, it'll be so cool to actually see the racetrack go off here, but I don't know if that'll actually work. Or we might just have to cut it up the top instead, so like maybe just pull that and then down here, but hopefully it will work, and then we could actually get some more properties here as well. And then we're just basically building around the racetrack as many properties as we can mint in Granada Hills, and then we're basically just building the web up as well, growing our spark. We're treasure hunting every day now as well, so that's going good, getting about 19 chests out of 20 every single day, 18 out of 20, so happy with that. And then once I get more like kind of properties down here, the reason I haven't is because I used to have a lot of properties down here, but over time I've put them on sale, like, which is cool, like made like UPEX off that, but I really want to get the locations back, you know, just like kind of in the gaps. And then once I go onto UPX land to actually look at the paper aeroplanes and where to actually get the sends, you have to wait, like they have to be within 80 meters, or you travel back to your property till you get the like block explorer to go that way, which I find quite cool. Like, I'll show you what I mean. I just learned this because I wasn't doing this before, and that's one really crucial bit of advice I think I've picked up from like learning from other treasure hunters, is once you're actually like onto the actual spot, you can see the direction the actual avatar is going. If that avatar's, say the paper aeroplane's further than 80 meters away, so say it's over here, you can keep sending back to your property, like your own property, for free until that direction changes to go over to the actual paper aeroplane, so you can collect it. See, it's gone off again now, but if you're patient, you could actually like get that to change the direction. You can obviously send over to that property, pay 50 UPEX, and then use a send, and then you only get 80 sends a day, I believe, so that's using a send just to get more sends to actually use the sends to treasure hunts. That's where I was going wrong. I was using 10% of my sends just to get my 70 sends for treasure hunting, but now hopefully I can get close to like 75, 80 sends all for treasure hunting, which should give me an extra like couple of treasure hunts. That's one tip I picked up with that as well. And then also, while I'm on it, say you've sent this property here, and then you can see the flashing red light, you can actually click on the properties closer to it as well, and it'll jump on the flashing light, so you can actually, so that I've had some where it's looked like it's over here and I was going to send to it, but then I've actually clicked on this property here and the flashing light's gone over here, so the actual property that I needed to jump on was like here, but I would have thought it was over there. And I could actually use that for free. It doesn't cost me anything to click on the next property, but if I sent to it, it would have cost me. So it's a way that you can actually like stay on the property as long as possible, but just keep an eye on the clock, obviously, if you're too far away. And then another thing I'll do as well is save the paper airplanes flashing red here, and if you've got enough time on the clock, just let the avatar roll over to it, so you don't have to use an extra send, and then it'll just tick over to it. Once it gets close to it, like here, you'll collect the treasure. So that's another tip I'd use for the treasure hunting if you're starting off in treasure hunting. That's the kind of tips I've used, and it gets me close to about 20 chests a day, and then like I run out of sends for the day, and then I'll leave it at that, but hopefully I can get that a bit higher. I see some people can do like more treasure hunts by just using their own properties all the time. I'm still learning, but like I'm getting the treasure quite often, and that like hopefully we can get some more UPEX as well, and then basically just put it back into Granada Hills and like Spark and other stuff, because we're still like quite low on Spark. I've not treasure hunted like at all. Like I think I got a few chests when I first started in the game, like nearly 16-17 months ago now, something crazy like that. So I've not basically treasure hunted at all, so I could have gained so much spark. And yeah, everyone's been telling me to treasure hunt, and I've just been like not treasure hunting, not doing it, so it's my own fault. But you can actually see here I've got 1.96 spark. We could have had like 4 or 5 spark already, but I'm not really too fussed, because what I will do is just buy a few I'll just buy a few spark to actually get me back to where I should have been in the first place, and I won't feel so bad about not buying spark. So I know that's not the advice I should be given, but like yeah, don't do what I'm doing, but like yeah, this is not financial advice either, but I want to get back to where I was before, so I'm going to look at getting a few spark, and then I need it for this channel as well. You've got to realise that I can't not have a factory for like 3 years. So like sometimes the entertainment value of these YouTube videos, like I can put money into the YouTube video as well as putting money into Upland, if you get what I mean. So the videos become entertaining because maybe there's $100 like budget on that video. So like giving $100 to players, properties, or when I do the UpX giveaways, like there is a budget on that video. And that's the budget what's going in. So the Upland players all win, they get the rewards, but like the budget is there for the videos as well. So the bigger the videos get on YouTube, the bigger like the budgets I can allocate. So like some YouTubers and that will actually like spend $100 to travel. Like I could go film in Edinburgh, do a different video like that, or I could make a video content here where I'm like spending the same amount of money, but then we're like giving it away, and then that content makes like marketing and it makes brand exposure, and then it also promotes the channel, like AdSense in the future. So on a business way, like the more these videos actually grow, the bigger the budgets for each video. Kind of like it's not like a Mr. Beast, but it's kind of like the kind of philanthropy, but like the giveaways and like that kind of exposure, like documenting like the small players actually winning UpX. And because I don't want to really give away to like big players, this is what I want to try and make it like fun, so new players what are coming into the game, small players can actually like win. So that's why I'm doing the 2x boost on the less than 100,000 UpX. I want to see like players what are like playing every day and like they deserve a win. So like maybe other players recommend certain accounts to me, you know, what are actually doing really well, or I've like been grinding in Upland, you know, and then maybe they get recognition and win UpX and that kind of stuff as well. So yeah, I don't want like just to see like an 8 million account winning like 10,000 UpX, because it doesn't like hit the same. But I really want to like make really good videos, but there's no better way I think than actually being able to give the UpX away, because this isn't just about my account growing like as fast as possible. I want my account to grow, and obviously the bigger the account gets, the more UpX it generates, and then the more UpX we can give away anyway. So it's a balancing act between growing and actually doing these competitions and other stuff as well. So right now obviously it's tight with the money and everything, and like kind of getting into Christmas time, but like next year it'll be really open and smooth again. So yeah, basically it's just a time. Upland's a long game. I plan to be on this for the next forever, basically. Like I see the plan coming ahead in the next 3 to 5 years, like I've always said, especially Granada Hills with the development and everything like that. But this is why I talk about it now, because it gives you time to actually get on. We're building the foundations for Granada Hills right now. All the properties what are going up, it's starting to mint out, and then if you think once Granada Hills is minted out, then there's no more properties, so the price is kind of like the price is in between the, so say the properties is still like 1,000 properties to mint out. If you, no matter how you raise the floor, you can still mint other properties out. So you may as well like mint out the whole of Granada Hills, and then you'll start to see the values and stuff like start to move up the way. And then we'll keep a hold of the floor, because if no one else wants the floor kind of thing, I do, and I know a lot of other players do as well. Will watch these videos, so these prices will get bought up. And then you can also see where the factory, the racetrack and other stuff is as well on the game. All this area will start to just increase as well. The more properties we buy, the more structures we actually start to put up on the actual lots, like the factory, once that comes online as well. We are trying to get the factory online, but I think the race, like more players want the racetrack right now, so I think we should go for the racetrack for like the entertainment value. But let me know in the comments what you think. But once we do, we will get the factory online and the showroom online, and then you can see where our residences as well. If you become a resident in Granada Hills, you do get 1.25 times boost as well on every single competition I run, just kind of an incentive to be in Granada Hills. But like you can be anywhere in LA, like there's so many good nodes and different people who are actually creating content, like just doing loads of different stuff. But we plan to like, we want to grow and expand as much as possible, but we're really trying to actually keep it like so it is growing. We're not trying to like go into too many different avenues. Like you think like the factory, the showroom, the racetrack, everything like that, there's a lot going on there. But once the spark's there and everything's cleared, it should be quite manageable. I've got like 20-25 hours and usually manage with Upland. It can go up to 40 hours a week. So I do like heavily play a part on Upland. You know, I'm actually on Upland quite often. With a new job, it's really good. I'm like starting to learn all that, the training. So I do get a lot more free time of being away from the kitchens now. So I have actually got a lot of time to actually beyond the game and beyond other stuff like treasure hunting and stuff. So that's where I'm actually like maximizing the time right now, just trying to grow as much as possible. And then the account's just getting bigger, so it will become easier next year, and then the year after it'll be so much easier than it is now. And then they'll just be like 3 times bigger, so like the ideas, I can have 3 times more ideas. Just the subscribers on the channel as well, like we just see like the growth, and like it's kind of starting to snowball now. I'm starting to notice it's really do appreciate that. This wouldn't be anywhere without you guys what watch the videos, what support the videos, like for all the kind words, everyone what messages. Thank you so much, I really do appreciate that. This account is only where it is because of you guys and like the actual support on this channel. Once I started this account, it was basically just to document the actual Upland process. I was very like shy. I didn't like to be on camera. I used to like editing videos, and I love YouTube and other stuff, but like the community and like the game and everything's just made me more like kind of open to doing like YouTube and pursuing something I really enjoy in life. So it really does mean a lot that we can actually grow this and support this channel and like support Upland in general as a community. So thank you so much for everyone what actually does support the channel. And then if you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button. Like people what watch these videos, I really do try and put as much information in them as possible. There's nothing what I keep away from the videos. Everything I know about the game I'm more than happy to share. So yeah, I just appreciate if you like the video and give it a subscribe. So thank you so much for that. And basically I just wanted to jump on basically talking about the account and where the account's going, and basically like an Upland update on the channel. So yeah, we'll put this video out and then we'll basically treasure hunt this afternoon. I'll let you know on Twitter if we've won any spark, and then we'll put that spark straight onto the Granada Hills properties and trying to build that as much as possible. So yeah, thank you so much for the support, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Peace.